for. I don't know the particular reason why. A lot of other teams favor SF Clock and pick it up instantly if they can, but EG not so much. Although, as you mentioned, BKB hero pretty good. Strong was
so
more like
easy. Last time he did pick that Venom.
was badly.
Did 22,000 damage.
Anti-mount.
Now you need physical damage even more.
I haven't seen many AMs.
No, pretty much only the one that Matumba Man played yesterday.
Was that on our stream? That was your
That was
cast,
on
yeah.
other stream.
Clock.
Reason why a lot of other teams favor SF Clock and pick it up instantly if they can, but EG not so much. Although, as you mentioned, BKB hero pretty good.
So Arteezy, last time he did pick that Venom, did 22,000 damage.
Anti-mount.
Now you need physical damage even more.
I haven't seen many AMs.
No, pretty much only the one that Matumba Man played yesterday.
Was that on our stream? That was your
cast,
on
other stream. He got Elder Titan stapled.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
So yeah, TA, Shadow Fiend looking good, but like you said, they don't really favor the Shadow Fiend too much. Be pretty surprised if they don't ban the TA as well.
Are there any other big physical damage mids you'd consider?
Storm, I guess. He's like half and half, but he gets owned by both of these. I think Lena is also a pretty good physical, but also gets owned by Nyx and Anti-Mage.
I think you want a non-int hero,
Yeah, but the only non-int physical is what, like, I mean, there's Ursa and Ember, but those I also think don't do well here. The only one that I think that does okay is TA.
Dire
Physical is what, like, I mean, there's Ursa and Ember, but those I also think don't do well here. The only one that I think that does okay is TA.
Dire
Physical is what, like, I mean, there's Ursa and Ember, but those I also think don't.
but you want to fit the player as well.
Okay. Well, and that certainly has been the way that EG have played, is Zai just calmly struts through here. Was potentially considering a more aggressive move into the dire jungle, but they really have been building around Sumail. I mean, that's been the new EG. That used to be Arteezy and Zai both, or sorry, Arteezy and Sumail both playing those big, you know, flashy playmakers, fairly farm-dependent heroes. But Arteezy has really taken a supporting role for the squad. It's not like a classic 4 protect 1, but it feels a little bit like that in terms of the strategy, how everything's all about getting Sumail super fat.
I wouldn't say support, but I would like to use the same thing that I said in game 1. Pressure absorber, like he absorbs the pressure getting thrown by him from the enemy, and Sumail gets the easy time. That's pretty much how I would say it. So nothing too special here. 2 runes apiece. Dual lanes from EG again. Last game was the Night Stalker plus Puck. This game is Clockwork plus Puck, equally strong.
Okay, so Weeha struggling a bit as of late. I think it's fair to say first player to 8K, but he, you know, Weeha, who takes games over, wins his lane convincingly. How do you feel he'll fare in this particular matchup, the Quap versus TA? And for now, at least, doesn't look like Sumail's getting too much help.
I think if it's a 1v1, I personally think that whoever plays better, like both, but whoever plays better, like outplays the enemy, will have an advantage. Maybe a slight tad of advantage for the TA, because TA you can dodge the poison and whatnot. So there are a lot of factors in the lane, you know.
Not with the Sentry, at least for now, so might be a bit harder for him. Meanwhile, up top, Resolution going to be playing the Anti-Mage up against the Clockwork Puck dual lane.
Yep, basically you see right now the two teams are doing very different stuff. EG are sticking to what they did in the first game, CM jungling, not really going to help the carry too much. And top lane, Saksa getting run down here by the aggressive dual lane, easy first blood here. Zai going to be able to survive the Shadow Word there, so...
EG already off to a good start.
Good start here for them.
It's just been lane pressure from this team. And meanwhile, in the mid lane, there's a roll onto Sumail. Might be able to get a counter kill in mid. Sumail trying to turn and take Misery down with him.
That's fair.
Little extra auto attack. He blinks in for Weeha. Has he done the math right? No, the tower. He's got a salve just to make it out. Oh, goodness gracious. Lucky to live. And Sumail, well, almost managed to take him with him.
Weeha is like making the patch, changing for the self, not being cancelled by towers.
Ugh. Still though, when they're dual laning Sumail and Sumail takes the tower dive, almost gets a kill out of it and doesn't go down.
This is bad. Like EG are doing
feel like you're getting outplayed.
EG are doing the same thing. They're using the CM. Jungle gets levels quickly, her levels quickly, so that everyone else can use the aura to do well on the lanes. And they pick once again a carry that doesn't really care about getting pressured. You don't really need support. You're perfectly fine on your own.
All right, Misery, good boulder smash, but not enough damage. Does force Universe back on his heels a bit.
I mean, the thing with the Puck offlane as well is like, because of the high base damage that you have, anyone you pair, like if you put someone that can protect him in the lane, he's going to be able to do a lot of like poke damage, chip damage towards the carry. And it makes it very difficult for the carry to farm it when someone is always constantly poking, harassing. And Zai gets the Cog Trap on Saksa with the battery assault. But
Warlock support is getting bulked a lot, Winter. Gives up the first blood. They're 2v3 here, and they're still running at him.
This is a really big problem, and the higher level the CM gets, this lane is going to get stronger for EG, because then they can spam their spells more. And Misery is like, I have to stay here. Anti-Mage is getting pressured, and I'm not going to be able to help my Queen of Pain too much. And as you can see, as a result of that, Sumail is catching up on the CS. Everything is affecting, like every small move you make is going to affect the grand scheme of things. And right now, EG are just slowly but surely winning all their lanes.
Right, the one lane we haven't really talked about is Arteezy. It's just a Venomancer, nothing too exciting, but free farming, not even being laned against currently, as Moon was forced back. Tough lane for a Nyx to really do much against the Veno.
I mean, the question is
constantly
right now,
spamming the wards.
Whether you get a Midas on the Veno, if you feel like you are given enough space to do that, because that's going to be a very important factor that determines how fast your team is going to be playing after the laning phase. Because if you get a Midas, you're going to get more farm eventually, but everyone needs to slow down. So it's going to depend on what they decide to do here in the near future.
The good news for Planet Odd is Resolution is free farming as well. So AM getting his great start. Do you feel like this is a game where AM can take over Winter?
Yeah, of course. Like AM late game is gonna be able to do very well against. Oh, Universe getting silence.
Good silence. Follow-up rolling boulder is there. Universe in a lot of trouble. Drops his own silence. Not enough.
Yeah.
And Zai comes in a bit late. He's actually going to cog himself in with Misery. But I think Misery just saying, you're trapped in here with me, Bubba. Zai will TP out in the end.
Yeah, a bit of like a small mistake there, using the orb to farm for Universe. Probably he didn't feel like he was under any pressure. No chance for the enemy to kill, but unfortunately Zai was a little bit too far away, so he couldn't come over immediately when they dove him there. So giving up a free kill for the Planet Odd side, a very important kill in fact for the anti-mage.
And Weeha is just getting crushed. Sumail has had no help mid as of yet. There was a little bit of ancient stacking, but Weeha still significantly down on CS.
I wouldn't say Sumail didn't get help. He has Arcane Aura, Mr. Common. He has Arcane Aura.
Okay, he's got a little bit of help. He's got a little bit of help.
Dude, you know how much Arcane... Play a pub, I'll play CM, okay?
You'll never support me, Winter. Let's be real here.
I'll get 2 points in Aura level 3, I promise. I promise.
I don't want you to break your keyboard or your monitor. They're gonna smoke. They move towards top. They find Soxa here. Orb coming through. Not quite in range just yet, but Soxa has no boots. And that means a dead Warlock. His Golem deferred to a rainy day. As he drops again, the pressure will start to mount a bit on Resolution in this lane.
I mean, this is a game, once more, the movement. Like, during the first night, EG is really, really good at making the movements towards the enemy safe lane to try and pressure, even sometimes drop wards down, making the two supports work together.
Big opportunity. They're going to sweep around on Arteezy from behind. Moon is there, still holding onto the Impale, waits for the boulder smash, follows up, and it looks like Arteezy likely going down here. Still pretty tanky, has the healing salve, but with the Warlock on him, won't be able to make it out.
Yep.
Even blew the salve at
Both
the very
teams
end there.
actually making exact same mirror movements. Two supports walking together, going towards the enemy jungle, try to place wards.
Zai with the Windlace advantage, but there's a shrine. Misery does
Battery
tap it.
assault is already over.
Still does manage to force the shrine out. So
Actually, not too bad.
not too bad. In the mid lane, Sumail.
This is bad. Is it?
It's actually kind of
Hey, wait.
stabilized for Weeha. He's
Why,
doing a-
why does he have more net worth? I thought he's behind in CS.
He was a lot farther behind, but he's actually caught up quite nicely here. With Sumail farming Ancients? No, not yet.
Okay, so
Weeha was just playing better. Meanwhile, at the bottom room, bit of a skirmish breaking out. Zai. It's kind of this. It feels similar to the Night Stalker game. He's not getting as many kills, but he's just running around constantly trying to be disruptive for Planet Odd.
I mean, so far so good for EG. Maybe they would would hope that Sumail.
Oh, top lane. Resolution could be in danger here. Coil committed. He's going to break that coil. Blinking out. Universe unable to pursue. Ooh, raindrops saving lives.
And not only that, he has a belt, so he did not go for like a greedy rushing Battlefield right away. He went for all those like power treads, all the small items, has a poor man shield. Every bit helps.
Yeah,
he knows that he's under pressure, so not going for too much of a greedy build.
No more burning build in the Age of Talent. So
Gosh, you know what he did? Do you see the Midas boost of travel Battlefield? Dude, that was the greediest I've ever seen an AM gun, and he won the game. He actually won that game.
the good old days brings you back to even like the CTY advantage.
I mean, but right now,
What happened to CTY anyway?
I mean, CTY is in E-Home, so
Well, eHome is going to have their work cut out for them nowadays. I think that's fair to
the
say.
mad scientists back in the day. But right now, RTZ gonna go for Saxa with the help of Zai here, coming in from behind. Just getting that free kill.
This Warlock has really had a rough game of it.
Yeah, he was just trying to get levels because Nyx wanted to roam and gank with his Vendetta.
Nowhere safe. Arteezy's very confident, posted up pretty far. Moon might be able to punish him. There's the Impale, the rolling boulder through, commitment onto the Veno. Arteezy looks to turn it around, commits his own ult, but not enough, at least not yet for the kill. Though the wards might bring Misery into the danger zone. Is they gonna be able to pick him off? Rocket time just right, and Arteezy still takes him down, squalling.
That was definitely a mistake by Misery there, not chaining the stuns perfectly, allowing RTZ to actually have that 0.1 of a second to actually use his ultimate before dying. So in the end, 1-for-1 trade. they did lose the tower, so they did not lose the tower, so I would say it's still okay for Planet Odd managing to hold on to that tower. Because you do not want to lose all your towers quickly, otherwise will be under a lot of pressure. They're going to move, because once they take the tier 1 at bottom, they're definitely going to move to the AM's lane to start to pressure him. And right now, EG once again already have a very deep ward setup. They have 1 ward in the enemy jungle. And they're going to smoke towards the vision they have. They're going to see Misery.
Find him too. Battery assault. Misery
kill.
trying to turn this with the boulder smash, but now the coil comes through, connects onto Resolution. Healthy though. Stands inside of that coil and dukes it out. They'll take Zai down. Now they look for more. Good rotation from Wii as they follow this one up onto crit. Looks like they'll take the Frosty Lady down as well. Resolution getting the last hit. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Arteezy is finishing Saksa, and he will get the kill. So the Veno not going Midas. He goes straight into the Veil. Wants to play a little bit more aggro here.
I mean, look at their heroes. They have their Puck's CM Clock will all deal a lot of magic damage, and Weeha in trouble here. Gets silence, not going to be able to get out.
That TP has to be cancelled as well.
Gosh.
They're afraid of this pressure.
EG are slowly assuming control in the game. They got the tier 1 down, they killed the Warlock again, which is trying really desperately to get his level 6.
A lot of weight on the anti-mage's shoulder this game, Winter.
If you build a draft like this, everything is going to be on him. Like, there's no other way around it. He's going to be hoping that his team can actually hold the ground long enough for him to get all his items up. And that's what the draft is designed to do. There are 4 heroes that can fight without the AM, and those 4 heroes are going to try to make space for him.
One of those heroes is not combat ready yet. That is Saksa at 660 net worth. The Radiant Courier will get sniped by Moon under cover of Vendetta, but I mean, your Warlock 11 minutes in is just about to clip 5.
That's not good news.
And is looking like food for Universe.
And right now, Arteezy continuously pressuring the towers, going for the tier 2 here. Look at what he's doing. He's just doing his best, using his South.
And
He's
this is
protecting
all,
the siege creep.
This is all space created for Sumail, who's able to farm his own Ancient Stack safely.
Yep.
Pretty much forcing Planet Odd to respond.
This tower is down right now. There's not much they can do. Golem. No.
It's a problem for Planet Odd. Like, where's the deep push? Where are the tools to deal with these plague wards? They really don't have them.
I mean, they don't have too much deep push, but their lineup is
meant to split push.
Not meant to split push, but they are meant to fight when they have their ultimates up. You're using your team fight to defend the towers instead of trying to stall and use your wave clear. That's what their heroes are designed to do, but unfortunately for them, they just acquired level 6 on their Warlock.
And they do not have it yet on the Earth Sphere.
Yeah, that's gonna be all the tools they need to get before they're able to, hold their towers well. And before that happens, EG are just moving around, they're really confident. They're slowly gathering a lot of map control. And just take all the objectives one by one. That's what they want to do now, and eventually get the Roche with the TA.
This is a big pick if they can get it from mid
Refraction.
lane, but Sumail got off the refraction. Still they're going to burn through this quickly. The hook comes through from Zai. No! Saksa ultimate committed, and finally will drop the golem. They get the kill. Sumail and Zai down. And now chasing for Universe too. This could be a big one, but he's blinked in a bit too far. Weeha's in slight danger, but backup arrives in the form of Misery.
Oh my god, that was deep.
Chasing forward, magnetized on a Uni, but no follow-up to it. So a pretty good fight in the end. They get the TA, they look for the tower. Meanwhile, Arteezy just pushing out the top lane, so he'll take the tier 1 down.
He did get the tier 1 though. Yeah. So all in all, I think in the end, they did lose the TA, but they got something in return. They got a tier 1 top, and now with the Warlock Rock down, they even used the Earth Spirit ultimate in that fight. So 2 big ultimates down. And it is time again for EG to try and get something in return here. They do not have very long cooldown spells, so they're going to be able to fight almost all the time.
They have Veil on the Veno as well. You'd think soon Arteezy wants to be joining these team fights.
I mean, eventually he's going to join them. But right now he's pressuring the towers and, bottom lane, Zai.
Looking for Zai. We'll find him with the blink into the cog. Zai trapped under his own tier 1. Slated to fall, and Resolution even getting active in these fights, as they will look for another tower. So Planet Odd bouncing back, getting kills while the ults are down. But Arteezy continues to be the demolition crew.
I mean, once again,
second tier 2 about
look
to
at
be
how
killed off.
quickly EG are moving. Once someone is in trouble bottom, they are pushing the other. Like, this is a really, really good sign that can differentiate an average team, a strong team. They reacted really quickly. They were look at the towers. They got 2 towers for that 1 Clockwork Death and 1 tier 1 at bottom.
Saksa, it's going to be another death for him.
Another bonus skill. So that probably should open up the Roche. Is it going to open up the Roche here for them? I'm not sure if they want to risk it. Maybe
So they
wanna-
want to take some tier 2
Yeah, they
tower
might want to
damage.
wait for the Deso first on the TA before they try it.
So, where it looks like a good fight for Odd, the map control is a concern now, with only one outer tower remaining.
Yeah.
And Arteezy looking to cinch the nukes. He's pushing this tower down, dropping wards behind enemy lines. They're going to congregate, and it looks like they are going to try to force the fight. Still about 40 seconds before the golem's ready.
Yep.
And they haven't seen the firepower. Arteezy brings the bear. They will now with the Veil deployed, combining with Universe nicely. Huge damage on Weehan. He can't withstand it. Now the chase
Misery.
on the Misery. Zai looking for more good cogs from him. Commits to Magnetize on a solitary hero, and Misery still gonna bite the dust. It looks like the Zai low, not dead yet. The hail from Saxa saving the day.
Oh, Arteezy.
And maybe Zai will indeed end up going down. Saxa
Oh my god.
with the hero perhaps there. He's lucky to make it away.
I mean, at the end of the day, at the grand scheme of things, 1-for-1 trade, support for a mid laner, a core, and you expanded one of your Kucha ultimates once again, Magnetize. I would say it's okay for EG. They definitely got a better trade right there.
Is this a Silver Edge Veno to deal with
What?
the anti-mage?
Silver Edge Venom?
Well, he's got the
Oh.
Shadow Blade for now.
Okay. That
The anti-mage
is
counter? Silver Edge
actually
Venom?
rather interesting.
I mean, they're like all magic damage aside from the TA, so.
I was actually thinking maybe he would want to go for more like a carry-ish build, so it seems like he... I mean, I guess Silver Edge is kind of also a carry item. I mean, it's definitely really good against the AM.
Coil drop down mid, Moon gonna
Oh,
break
does?
it, and no detection in the neighborhood.
So basically right now, EG is just going to be looking for opportunity to get the Roshan, the big boy. They need to be able to secure that to...
They'd like Sumel's Deso first, and they'll have it pretty soon.
Yeah, that's their immediate objective. They want to be able to secure the Roshan and then further pressure the enemy.
Arteezy? Oh, he's in quite far, and into the waiting arms of Moon, he will plow.
Yeah, there was no sentries there, so he was quite far up. Got caught by the Nyx there.
Radiant's top tower is
Needs to be much more careful because they are, then again, they are up against a anti-mage lineup.
And this anti-mage lineup is gaining steam as Resolution will mow down this tower top.
Every single kill like that would actually translate into a huge deal for their opponents.
Opportunity for mistakes grows even slimmer as Moon has grabbed a Midas. So the income for playing Odd will increase pretty significantly. I mean, like you said, it feels like EG should just get this Deso on Sumail. Ideally try to take the Roche, but they do have to be careful around the Pit Winter because of the team fight of
They
playing Odd.
might want to get the Deso and then smoke up. They need to get the Clockwork or the Puck to jump on the Warlock, or the back lines. They need to kill them first, and then once you take the big ultimates off, then you can win the team fights easily.
Moon has been big for playing Odd in this game. Setting up a lot of kills, keeping vision on them.
The enemy is not setting up enough sentries though. Like usually when you see a team, they play against a Nyx, they play against a Treant, there's always going to be, you know, sentries at the river area. Like you have a sentry and an ops at all the entrance, so you always can scout out whether the Nyx is coming into your jungle.
Oh, crit. You can smell that Midas. It's so close. But I don't know if he's going to get it. Moon is hunting. But Universe in the neighborhood for now, protecting him.
He's waiting for backup though. He can't solo kill him.
Vendetta's about to end though, so Moon will miss his window. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Arteezy applies the pressure on Resolution, actually hitting pretty hard on the AM with that.
Yeah, and he's almost 15. He's
Fail.
gonna get his like damage talent soon. Sorry, not to level. He's gonna get more damage at level 20 or 15. Okay, I messed up.
Plus 75 damage. Yeah, I guess with that talent, maybe he can be a decent source of physical damage.
Decent. He's gonna hit very hard, dude.
Yeah. I mean, does Veno outcarry an AM on his own? Probably not, but they have Sumail.
I'm actually not sure about that though. Like, if the Venom is a little bit ahead, maybe there's a chance. But right now, he's not ahead. So.
He is a pretty quick flash farmer. That's one of the underrated aspects of Venomance. Like, Arteezy is keeping up decently with this anti-mage, all things considered.
So they're gonna be smoking up right now on Planet Odd. Did they acquire any big items?
They have a Force Staff on Misery, and
They just
Queen of
want-
Pain,
They just want to
that's
move
about it.
because they have all their ultimates up. Want to create some pressure.
And again, it's Moon setting things up. Universe walking
sentries
right into him.
again.
Starts with the Impale. Follow-up Boulder Smash
Oh,
is there.
this
Kill
is bad.
secured. And they didn't really drop much. They have the Quapple. They still have
Oh
the
my
Rock.
God.
Arteezy looking for the backstab. He gets off a decent ultimate. Chasing onto Saxa. The Rock dropped onto Saxa. Will quickly fall. Weehaw hanging on for the time being to his own ult. He'll let it go onto Zai, gets the kill there. The Magnetize is quite good, but do they have to follow up to that Magnetize? Moon thinks they might. He wants a piece of Arteezy. No, he's gonna go for Sumail, who stops to farm the wave, gets punished by a Boulder Smash, drops low, and will be finished off. All the while, by the way, there's an anti-mage in this game. He didn't even come to the fight. He's pushed through the bottom lane. Rezo knocking at the front door.
Gosh, this Midas on CM is actually losing them the game. Because he's
got a sentry now.
Because he's buying Midas, they don't have a lot of sentries around the map, and as a result of that, Nyx has so far, how many pickups has he gotten?
It feels like
three,
five fights have been set up by the Nyx.
Yeah, my God, this is a big, I think a mistake for CM to be trying to get his Midas. Because if you think about this game, you're not going to want to go into like a ultra late game situation or even a late game situation against the AM. So there's no point trying to scale if you think about it. You want to be able to win the game at most the latest 30 to 40 minutes. You don't want anything to go beyond that.
It does seem a bit like a team decision though, like with the itemization of Arteezy. Is Shadowblade really the item you want to end the game with? You know? It feels like EG wanted to take it longer.
But it is an item that allows you to pressure and, you know, be useful at that point of time.
Map control, I guess, yeah.
So they're definitely itemizing. You look at their costs. No one is going too greedy. Everyone is just trying to fight and be strong at the current point of the game, except for the CM, which went for Midas.
All right, the trap has been sprung. Arteezy drills him. But that's it. Yeah, so EG looking for the Roche now. There is no Golem. They take advantage of that. Roche dropping low.
I mean, 20 minutes, Roshan.
Feels kind of late.
Quite late, you know.
They got all the outer towers, aside from that tier 2 mid, at what, like by 15 minutes at least?
I mean,
or at most?
Planet Odd is actually okay for the time being. They are not in a bad position. They are not in like a very distressful state for the team. They still have a lot of time for AM to farm.
Is there another power spike for EG? You mentioned you said there's no point in really going late winter, but
that's not a power spike.
That's a power spike for Resolution. Now up to 12k net worth. Manta style just now completed.
That is definitely very, very bad.
Still working on the Silver Edge, but by the time he gets the Silver Edge, it feels like they're going to need physical damage.
He's been like, I think he's the one that's farming in the places where there's no sentry and dying the most for now. This Nyx is just, this Nyx is doing way too much for I mean, he's playing well, but at the same time...
They're making it easy for him.
Yeah, they're making it easy because they don't have sentries around. And at some point, you're going to want to gem too, so... I don't know. I think the damage has already been done. The Nyx has already did too much. Even if he's not going to get any more pickups from now, I think he already did his job for the AM to farm.
So if you can't confidently just strut down mid and win now for EG, is there a plan B? Or is this AM just a ticking time bomb that you can't stop?
Plan B. Late game, you want a hex, okay? So
late game hex.
Yeah, you need a hex and kill him with your. I mean, they do have the.
God, not again. Moon is setting up on Arteezy here. Granted, he's tanky. Well, mid, yeah, they dive on the Wii, but it's Moon who just slows things down. The hook's not going to connect. He's a real nuisance. Arteezy will make it.
And meanwhile,
back to the team.
Resolution, knocking on enemy territory again.
He's pushing too fast. I don't know if EG are going to be able to trade Rex here. He's already at their base.
They have to go back.
They want to push. You can see Sumail. He's like, let's go at least take this tier 2, guys.
They can't do this. They have to go back at some point. They need to go back.
They get the tier 2, but they've already lost a decent chunk of health on their own tier 3. And Rezo just blinks away.
Ultra late game. Hex on Puck. Level 25 talent on Puck. Maybe. But AM is
huge items on TA.
AM is going to reach a point where he already has his items, he's going to end the game. So you're not going to be able to reach that point easily
unless they're getting kills or something, which is just not happening.
That's the problem that EG is going to have right now. The A-Gaze doesn't mean a whole lot right now for them. And it's going to be quite okay for Planet Odd to stall for another few minutes. I imagine you stall another few minutes, wait out the A-Gaze, make a smoke, try to use your ultimates to gain an advantage. And I think if they are able to win a big team fight, the game could be over at that point.
Perhaps the one thing that could turn the tides for EG is this double damage earned for Sumail, as he's about to walk right into Moon. He will be scouted though. We also being scouted, and so too is Soxa. Goes for the quick TP out. Will be interrupted though, as Zai hooks him. And Sumail
no worries, bro. Support dying to a gank like this, no worries.
Rezo's farming. In fact, can be more confident now with the hook shot on cooldown. And Misery straight over towards the top lane to try and shove that in as well. So yeah, they're really spreading the map nicely, and the split push is amping up.
Yep, their catch is not very good for anti-mage.
Like you mentioned, they need hexes. Silver Edge, maybe double hex late game, but
Yeah, their lineup is supposed to reach this point with like a sizable advantage, but because of Moon Meander's pickoffs here and there, no sentries, this game is already becoming quite tough for EG right now. They're gonna need to be able to get huge pickoffs here, like somehow maybe with the Clockwork and the Puck. Those are your two key heroes to get pickoffs. You need to kill, somehow find a way to kill the AM. It's not gonna be easy.
well, EG are tired of the Nyx. Universe now holding a gem given to him by Crit, so I suppose the Midas slightly making up for the lack of sentries early with a gem now.
Yeah, of course. Yep.
But the economic damage definitely
Of course. That's like the excuse you would say for getting a Midas when your team doesn't want you to get a Midas.
does. I'm always going to defend getting a Midas Winter. No one wants to be poor in Dota. It's not fun.
No, some players want to be poor. I think some players are happy to be poor, you know?
I can tell you.
Not like you. You're just like, I want my GPM.
Hey, I'm not the worst. That's only Pixel, man. With the Midas Battle Fury, Faceless Void coming your way.
So EG are desperate to find any sort of opening here right now. They've tried to smoke again, but not going to be too successful on that. They haven't really been able to keep up in the vision game because they were getting picked off by the Nyx a lot. So compared to the last game, their vision this game has not been as good as what they hoped for. And without the vision, it's very difficult for you to pick off the AM. Because like, AM is going to be able to run around very fast with its blink. So if you don't have good wall top, it's very difficult to keep track of where the AM is farming.
Yeah, there are other heroes in this game for Planet Odd, though. We haven't really talked too much about them.
But it's all about the AM.
Check in on their item progression.
It's all about the AM, Gorman. It's all about
We'll
the
check in on their item progression, Winter. We don't have to dwell on it. So Yules has been picked up on the Queen of Pain. It looks like a Shiva's Guard coming soon for the Quap as well.
This'll come in handy.
Other than that, yeah, Misery's got
Dagger.
his blink soon if he wants it, and Moon is working towards an Axe. Now that is actually a pretty big late game item.
I mean, it tells you about the game plan. We just need to hold our high ground. AM is going to carry us.
Crit farming on his own and feeding on his own as well. Rezo gets the quick bash and gets the quick kill.
I heard you have a Midas.
Hey, I'm not a Crystal Maiden player, so you can't play me for buying Midas on CM because I don't play that hero.
I mean, Midas on CM is nice, but I think
Just not this game.
This game with their composition and their lineup and the enemy lineup, I think. I mean, if they were to get the Midas and someone else makes up for the sentries, then I
It's
think
like Zai maybe.
yeah, it'll be fine. But because no one else seems to be bothered about making up with the sentries, so I think the Midas has caused them a lot of problems.
Well, EG trying for the old split push now.
Tower
As Sumail will start to shove in this bottom lane, but they're going to lose a tier 2 top. Tap about to be favoring, or nearly favoring Planet Odd, just about.
Okay,
One more tower to go.
Going to build into the Bloodthorn. That's going to help getting the AM.
Resolution wants to fight now, though. He's got an Abyssal Blade, and he finds a target locking onto Sumail. A big chunk of net worth gets slammed into the grave.
Gosh, that is huge.
Out for a minute,
Huge.
no buyback. All these lanes will be shoved in. Roche could
When is
be
Roche?
on the verge of respawning.
When is Roche up?
1 to 4 minutes. We'll
This
find
is
out
bad.
soon.
This is really bad going for EG. The Hex is
It's-
not going to be anytime soon. Definitely not going to be soon. And Veno has not progressed too much in terms of items.
Going for a BKB now, but it's still,
I
the
see-
AM can just still easily kill you.
Yeah. It seems like he might have regretted the Shadow Blade purchase. I don't know. Didn't seem like it worked out too well for him. But regardless, I'm still blaming the Midas more because of the lack of sentries.
Typical offlaner flaming the supports.
What? Dude,
Classic.
he didn't want to buy sentries.
Why didn't you gank my lane, bro? Arteezy now duking it out with Weeha off on his own. Wee could be in trouble. The boulder smash comes through, but the coil is there holding him in position. Good silence follow. They drop the rock. The team fight breaking out. Quick, fast, in a hurry, and Moon on the sidelines able to snipe Universe. That's already the Veno down. And likely Universe going to fall. Still hanging on as the puck for now. The Golem chasing the Clockwork out of the fight. And by the way, there is an anti-mage on the north end. He will clean up the puck. He will snag that gem for his team, and he walks away. Sumail.
So all in all, it was
Still survived through this fight.
a 3-for-2 trade.
They didn't get the AM.
I mean, he was dead when the fight started, by the way, and he respawned.
I died in the previous game.
So actually, that was maybe it's quite even because they lost the gem. I want to say EG favored, but then they lost the gem, so I think it's okay for an AM didn't die.
Also, I think you're happy to trade your supports and not the AM.
Yeah, that's what you want as an AM. Us burning that, he's gonna tell you, yeah, my supports are just
Feed those noobs.
you can have them. I'm going to solo carry the game. That's what Resolution is thinking right now. You can have all my teammates, everything, but I am going to carry the game. And EG has a big problem right now. Their time is running out. They're gonna, I mean, eventually they'll get a Hex.
Oh, Rezo straight onto Sumail in the bottom lane, gets the Abyssal off. Locks him in position. There is a blink. No teleport ready though, and he's gonna guess wrong.
He's fine. He's fine.
But with one teammate, that is a kill, and Sumail just is not gonna be able to take him 1v1. At least not for now. Ooh, Sumail, close call. They wanted to save this DD rune ideally for Resolution, but afraid of Sumail grabbing it. While EG on the hunt, Moon with the forced step to safety. At the last possible second, hookshot almost clipping him and turning him into a corpse, but he will make it out.
Oh, the 4-stars, man. The 4-star.
Always your favorite item. Now that...
Not Midas, 4-star.
I mean, we had a double pipe game the other day, Winter. That used to be your favorite.
Pipe has been buffed significantly, actually, since that time. Since the LGD times. But right now, Sumail has gone for the Orchid already. So at least there are going to be some ways to kill the AM if AM has used his Manta.
EG marching into the pit.
They
know the Roche is about to spawn, and crit out in front will be revealed. Sumail looking for the initiation, gets the silence off, trying to delete the Warlock early from this fight. No Golem available for 30, but a nice impale by Moon is going to turn things around. Combine that with the Magnetize, and it's a lot of AoE damage. Sumail getting chunked down, finished off, out for 80. Anti-Mage now trying to find the openings. Arteezy with the BKB is not your ideal target. The Wombo combo is here. Zai now walking into Resolution, and AM will have free reign to clean this one up. Weeha hanging on. Gets the bash, gets the kill, blinking forward.
If they scout the Roche, they're gonna get the Roche as well.
Well, they basically know it's up because it's been almost the maximum respawn time, and
gosh,
Resolution blinks into the pit. Roche is there.
I'm afraid that's more or less almost the nail in the coffin right now for EG. Can they do something about this? If the Roche is given away, I think the game is just way too difficult for them.
Yeah, lost the gem, they lose the Aegis, they don't have the buybacks. Like, there's no TA, you're not taking a fight at the pit. You can't even steal it because the puck and the Clockwork are dead. Maybe TP to the shrine and just go for a YOLO play, but they're even scanning there as the Dire, so they know nobody's coming. It's an Aegis, unless they pull a Mushi here.
We haven't seen the last of him.
No.
How are they going to out-carry this AM? TA needs BKB.
Sorry, did I say Mushi? I meant
This'll
KYX1.
come in handy.
Sorry?
I meant pull KYX1.
Yeah. I chose to
Sorry,
ignore
Mushi.
you because I know you hate Mushi. Deep down there, you wish that.
I don't hate Mushi.
Yes, you do. You just don't like the guy.
Why? What do you ever do to me? I don't have a problem with Mushi. Resolution though, blinking in the mid lane. Coil is going to lock him in position for now, but he just says, screw it. I'll keep on hitting this tower. They
Do
break
you know
it.
who I am? I'm anti-mage.
Anti-Magus has arrived. How do you feel about the Scotty build, by the way? Do you like it?
I don't think I've ever seen it, but it seems good. Gives him the good stats, the armor, the HP. He just needs to survive the ordeal, and he's just gonna kill everybody. So I think generally you would see the heart or the butterfly, but Scotty is definitely something I would say, something in between. You get HP, you get some damage.
The mark of an indecisive man, would you say?
No, it's the mark of balance, you dumbass. Balance. You get a bit of everything.
Your language is the mark of an unbalanced man, Winter. cool your jets. No need to use profane words, but in trouble in the mid lane. Could be the Queen of Pain. We gonna blink away. He's got backup though. Rezo comes in. All of a sudden the rock gets dropped as well, and the follow-up is there. Anti-Mage chewing through the back line, turning on to Arteezy. Queen of Pain ult coming through too. Still they haven't killed off Weehaw. Hangs on through it all. He did pop that cheese earlier in the fight and survives. Misery is being chased out by Arteezy, but Rezo is just cleaving his way through the rather mortal-looking, not-so-geniuses this game. Odd will take them out, and they force a game 3.
MVP of the match, Mr. David Tan, Moonmeander. Getting some help from the enemy Midas on the CM. Okay, no, never mind, I shouldn't say that, but Nyx did play really well. He was at the right places, creating the right opportunities for his team to win fights, get pickoffs, anti-mage, farm.